Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today I'm talking about 2010 pennies. Now, most people think that their 2010 pennies are just worth 1 cent, but there are a fair amount of different reasons that your 2010 penny could be worth a good bit more, and that might be, $5, $10, that might be hundreds. We'll be going over conditional rarity, we'll be going over the varieties, which is where if you look really closely on a select few of these, you can find something that collectors pay more for, or you can look for mint errors, which can be major, but sometimes they're small and can also make a big difference in the value. So I have a PowerPoint presentation. We'll head over there with photos and clear explanations so you know just what to look for. And we'll just get right into the shield cent from 2010. Not going to spend too much time here outside of that. The 13 stripes on the back are for the 13 initial states, along with a federal government on top. You can pause for double dies and that sort of thing. We'll have some of the more minor ones in just a moment, but in terms of purely on condition, it's going to need to be Mint State 66 plus and Mint State 67 for it to be worth certifying. $150 for the former, $1,500 for the latter. That's really a prohibitive grade, but it should be virtually flawless before you decide to submit something. Most of them, even if they're really nice, will come back 65, 66 range. There's over 1.9 billion produced, so it's not like there's competition to find an uncirculated one. It's really about getting the upper range. The double dies that we're going to talk about, I have a fair amount of them to go through. This one sees a little bit of notching and a little bit of thickness. You can see on the Y there how much thicker sort of the left part of the Y is than the right. So that's a good marker on this coin, but it's going to range between like $3 and $10. So not bad for a 2010 coin, and there could be some upside in the future if any of these become recognized at the Cherry Pickers Guide or by a major grading company outside of ANAX. Here we've got a second similar double die. We see some extra thickness, class 9 extra thickness on the tops of the 2 and the 0. And then especially again on that left end of the Y, same thing, tops of the R, T, and Y, but really a big contrast between the two parts of the Y there. This one has a similar valuation to the previous one, as does this one, maybe slightly less because I think it's a little bit less noticeable. I mean, you can see it a little bit compared to the two there. Continued and persistent extra thickness on the tops of the 0. It is a good bit thicker, and the upper loop of the 2. And then the double die reverse, I think, is much more noticeable. Here on the right, we have a regular example. On the left, it's the extra thickness in the LB, the designer's initials. You can see a spread sort of northeast, southwest, clear extra thickness through those LB letterings, and then you have a similar thing, except a little bit more noticeable, I would say, where it's northeast, southwest, but presents more on the bottom. There's almost like a little bit of notching, but extreme extra thickness there, and I think that this is the most valuable of any of the double dies we're going to showcase. There's not too many. There's one here, but not too many 2010 errors, but I do like to showcase those mint errors. So this is a retained struck through. So struck through is when there's something that comes between the die and the planchet as it's getting struck. Often that falls away, but here the coin continues to have whatever was struck through. It's a little bit unclear what foreign material is there, but it's certainly in the coin, and it's graded ANAX Mint State 66 red. Christopher Talbot Frank of CTFErrorCoins.com has a few of these on his eBay page and allowed me the photos, but he's asking $1,100, so in the moment, it's not worth more than that. That's all I know. This one sold for $550 at a heritage auction sale, not from this year, but a very defective planchet. Presumably, there was some metal impurities that caused problems in the formation of the planchet, and here we have this coin. The shield cents are held to pretty high production, high standards, so any errors are rare, as is this one, a die adjustment strike. When they were getting the striking pressure correct, they have to test this out. So this has not circulated. Instead, it's not like it's worn away. It just wasn't properly struck and does not have the sort of proper details. No better way to put it, but some really nice double dies here. Definitely, I think this is, you're going to need a magnifier, I would say, for these to be able to discern, but some really nice things to look for. And if you can cherry pick a great condition one, by all means, go ahead and submit, but make sure you do it to PCGS. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownyt.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.